So it's a beautiful day today, walking along the Castleman Trailway, starting in Upton, down in Dorset, and it's going to end up in Ringwood, or as far as I can with the daylight today. So we're quite near the start of it by Upton Country Park. I've just crossed the main A35 dual carriageway and I'm now into the heathland. As you can see, it's just lovely down here. The weather's amazing today, beautiful weather, blue skies. I'm in t-shirt for the first time probably since about October. Nice. And I'm just gonna keep walking until it gets night time, probably around 6:30 p.m. Time now is 10:30 a.m. So I started a bit late today because my son had a scout event, the charity dog dash he's doing down at Upton Country Park. So I dropped him off there, got home, packed my bag, kind of a spur of the moment thing, and decided last night I was going to do a hike because the weather was so nice. How nice this is. It's a bit noisy here because we're right by the dual carriageway, as you can see, busy road. But we're coming up onto the Castleman Trailway right now, which is this little tiny hill up onto the trailway, and that's where it starts from Upton. Obviously, when it used to be here, I think it used to go straight across the road towards Upton Crossroads. And there we are. So this is the first segment where there's no roads. And we're going this way. So this is the Castleman Trailway. Enjoy the video. So this trailway is popular with runners and cyclists. Links Upton to Broadstone, about 3 miles, I think, 3-4 miles, and we're just going to keep walking this way, following it along the trailway. These lovely birch trees. So over there on my right is Upton Nature Reserve. You can see a couple of horses just behind the trees. I think it's a designated nature reserve. I'll check this up. There's some nice trails that go through there, but for today we're just taking the Castleman Trailway as far as we can. Lovely horses.
The electric e-bikers.
Morning.
It was rapping.
Morning. Morning. Good morning. So along the Castleman Trailway, there's a few places of interest. So we just come off the trail, it's just behind us. Along here, lovely lake. There's some quarries near here as well. Can't remember what this structure is. I think it's an old railway line structure. I'm pretty sure it is. Imagine it's like a mailbox or something. If you know what it is, put it in the comments, because I should know, so I'm very local to this area. So we're about 2 miles in on the Castleman Trailway. And I started the day with a bit of a headache, but it's starting to go away now. A couple of paracetamol. Ever since I got back from Sweden when I was skiing, I think I took a few tumbles, quite a few actually, and I think I gave myself a bit of whiplash. My muscles have been quite tense in my shoulders, and I think having the walk, in fact when I did my 30-mile night hike last week, I kind of untensed a bit, and I think the walk actually helped my muscles and my headache started going away. But I woke up with one again this morning, but it's starting to go away now, which is good. So we're just coming up to the Broadstone stretch. Continue it straight on. And there's no better way to get rid of a headache on a lovely hike on a lovely day like today. So down here we've got, I'm not going to go too far down, bridge that runs along, that's the Roman road. So it's a straight road, runs all the way down the straight line. I'm not going that way today. Let's have a look. So that's the Roman road. It's a good bat location as well under this bridge. Come at the right time. And there's plenty of bats. We bring our scouts here for a night hike, and we bring them here to look at bats and see what's around. Morning. Thanks. That's where I am now, and I'm going to walk along junction of the Junction Sports Centre over the bridge all the way up along the Castleman Trailway towards Merley. That's Broadstone Sports Centre. It's called the Junction, which is quite fitting because just on the other side of the sports centre used to be where the train, that's just here actually, where the train station used to be before it was demolished in Broadstone. We've got Broadstone Golf Club. And we're leaving the village of Broadstone now, so it's going to be quiet again. But it is a popular trail, and there's always cyclists, runners, dog walkers along the trail. Quite popular. It does get quiet a bit later on. Morning.
Hi. Morning.
Morning. She's still very busy. Morning. Morning. right by Broadstone Golf Course. You can see one of the holes is just there, so looks like I should be ducking for cover at some point. Hopefully not. Busy golf course today. It was busy near the start, but great day. One of those nice houses overlooking the golf course. Hopefully one day, if enough of you people out there, lovely people, hit the subscribe and like button, I will also be able to live by the golf course. So don't forget to smash that like button, please. Delft Woods. If you're into geocaching, then I know over in Delft Woods there's some geocaching, but with a bit of a difference. They're noisy. The difference is that you need to bring your climbing equipment because they're up tops of these trees. And I know there's a few geocaches along this route as well. I've done them already, so I'm not going to look today. I do quite fancy trying to do one of the ones at the top of these trees though. I'll put a link to some of the geocaches in the description below, but recommend just coming along here with the kids through Delft Woods. Lovely place to explore, and then just exploring the area, especially during the Castleman Trailway. It's so easy to travel along, you know, you can see the road is, or the trailway is very smooth. Easy for bikes, buggies, wheelchairs in some parts. Good for families, and it's relatively flat as well. So I'm about 4.5 miles in now, just stopping for a 5-minute break. One of my coffee, decaffeinated coffee, sadly, so it's not going to give me that buzz, but it's freshly ground coffee beans, decaf beans. It tastes exactly like normal coffee, but without the buzz, which I don't mind. I'm not really into caffeine. I stopped taking caffeine some years ago. I was getting a lot of migraines. I think it's more eye strain where I do a lot of computer work, and while I was working I was in a really bright south-facing wooden cabin. That was my office originally, my garden, and it was just exceptionally bright some days, even with tinted glass and curtains, and I think that gave me severe eye strain. I used to get severe migraines lasting weeks, or at least several days. I can still feel it a week later. So now, no caffeine, and I moved into my garage. I converted my garage into an office. No natural light, so I feel like a mushroom some of the times, but with no natural light, and I'm not as bright, but also no caffeine. All the migraines right away, so I've not changed anything since really. I do occasionally have coffee when I'm out, especially when I'm overseas. It's really hard trying to ask for decaffeinated coffee, so I don't mind the odd caffeinated drink here and there, but generally I used to drink 3-4 cups of really strong coffee a day as well. So now I just have 1 or 2 decaffeinated coffees a day, and decaffeinated green tea. Don't mind caffeinated tea as well, but yeah, much better for it now, healthier. Love just listening to the birds' songs. So we're now coming into Merley on our way towards Wimborne, and we're just getting over towards the railway bridge. Very, very echoey in there. Hello, echo. Now at the Willets. I'm going to stop for a quick pint. Oh, so good. So good. I wonder if this opens. Let's find out. It does. Let's do it. Oh, just pop my head. Mind your head. I thought I'd duck down low enough, but obviously I missed it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So we're coming up to the Lady Wimborne Bridge, built in the mid-19th century. It's actually a Grade 2 listed building now, or listed structure. Let's have a look at the top. Look at the amazing architecture. Let's do that and have a look at the viewing point. Amazing. So really interesting. Lady Wimborne Bridge. So Lady Charlotte Guest. She was born in 1812 to 1895. She worked with Sir Charles Barry to redevelop the bridge in her estate. She lived in Camford Estate. I think her place was Camford House. But she completed the bridge in 1853, which was the same year the railway line opened, which was the line which runs through that bridge. And the bridge is in the Gothic revival style to match the other works on the house and estate. And she was pretty busy because she bore 10 children, and when she died in 1895 she had 42 grandchildren. Amazing. Lady Wimborne, here's a good fact I just read down here. She was hosting a dinner party, and she hosting the Prince and Princess of Wales at Camford among other leading members of society. There's a story that one of her dinner parties, she excused herself from the dinner table, promptly gave birth, then returned to finish the last course. Now that's impressive, and that's an impressive bridge. Just amazing listening to the bird song. And this is a quieter part of the trailway now. So the last part from Upton through to Broadstone, and Broadstone to the Willett Arms or Merley, where I stopped for a pint. It's pretty busy, lots of cyclists, loads of runners, families, but this is the quieter bit now that I'll be looking forward to. So over there, can't see it yet, we will go past it in a second, is the river. I think it's the Stour. So we were on a quiet section, and now again the A35, busy, one of the busier roads in Dorset, links Dorchester, Poole to, which one going? Links Dorchester through the A37 to the A35 into Poole to Southampton through the M27. So one of the main routes through the area, hence why it's a very, very busy road. Lady Wimborne Cottages. So it's interesting because around where I live there's loads of places looking a bit like that with that crest at the top, which I didn't realise. And that's a cipher designed by Charles Barry Jr. for the Guest and family, featured all of the estate cottages. So many Lady Wimborne cottages can be seen in Camford Magna and Poole. This is one of the two terraces built in 1870 to 1872. Each cottage has a number which indicates the chronological order in which they were built. These numbers are 45 to 54. So that's really interesting. So next time I'm walking past one, I'm going to keep an eye on that. We're going to head down towards the river. I think that's the Castleman Trailway, but you know, we can't not walk along the river. So I'm going to go off route for a second, and we're going to see where this takes us. Pretty sure it takes us to the Castleman Trailway. We're not going off route by much, just by a bit. This is a much nicer route along the river, and it's in the sun. So there's a rowing club just a bit further up the river. You can see the buoys in the middle. Must be used by the rowing club. We're coming up to this amazing suspension bridge, Camford suspension bridge. And look. Bit on the narrow side. It's a bit bouncy as well. That's the rowing club for Camford School. Thank you. What a lovely bridge. Beautiful, isn't it? So this section, the suspension bridge and the weir or the waterfall, whatever you want to call it, I think it's a weir, it's one of my favourite parts of this Castleman Trailway. Lovely to watch, I could sit there for hours, but I had a crack on. Couldn't really talk on the video because it's so noisy, but look at this. And then in the distance, that's Camford School, it's a private school. And the rowing club further behind, I think it's owned by the school. You see the weir in the distance. So let's crack on. We are 7.5 miles into it now, about halfway, and the time is 1:45, so I really want to get to the end by dark, which is about 6:30 p.m. Clocks go forward tonight, so we will get an extra hour of light tomorrow, but that's tomorrow, not today. So we're back on the trailway. I presume this is still the trailway. We're going to follow the river till we get to Camford Bottom. That way. So this is the only, or one of the only bits where you can't cycle, by the looks of it. Not sure why not, but plenty of space, but you know, make everywhere accessible for everyone. Interesting to see the new building and the new building over there in the style of the original buildings. So heading towards Wimborne now, which is in that direction, Stape Hill, and then there's going to be a lunch stop at some point, probably at the Fox and Hounds pub. You may notice I go from pub to pub, quite like having a little stop, sampling the local beer and grabbing something to eat. I'm going to grab some lunch while I'm there. Got a little bit on me, I got a banana and some nuts, but I always plan to get lunch there. It's a bit more than the halfway point. Still on track. Just following this road now. I think I'm going in the right direction. Signs are a little bit confusing. I'm pretty sure this is the way. I've been there before. I'll just go back on ourselves a little bit and back onto the main road. We'll find out. A van house. I just realised I think I turned the wrong direction. I think I came this way, end up on the main road. I think we want to go back down there and then turn left, not right. So we want to keep off the main roads. I think last time I came I did go that way, cut a corner, but kind of going back on ourselves. Let's find out. Back through here again. So, not that way. The signs, had I read it properly, it says east that way. That's better. Pays attention. It pays to pay attention to the signs. I think getting a bit hungry now, so I want to head towards the Fox and Hounds pub for a beer. Maybe a beer, but definitely something to eat. Sure the gate needs to be closed. I'll do it anyway. Country etiquette. If you see a gate, close it. Fox and Hounds. I used to come here as a young child. There used to be like a bouncy castle and decent kids play area. Not sure what it's like now, not been here for a long time. So that was the Fox and Hounds pub down in Wimborne. A bit different to when I used to go there as a child. When I was a child, there used to be a big play area and it's very child friendly, but it wasn't in this one anymore. Looks like they sold a lot of their fields off, or they're now farms. And I did ask for food outside, but they refused to serve food outside as well, which is a bit strange. So I had to go and eat indoors. Food is okay. Chicken, grilled chicken and green vegetables and cheesy garlic bread. Just what I need. I was getting a bit hungry, but still, disappointed I couldn't sit outside and enjoy the sunshine. So now I'm heading towards Ringwood, going towards the plantation and across the road. And that was the Fox and Hounds. Probably my last pint for the day. I've had a couple of pints now and I want to crack on. I do have a really painful hill right now, so I'm not even sure how far I can make it. Maybe up to Westmoors, just take some painkillers and see how far I can get on the painkillers. Castleman Trailway, east towards Fern, down in Coal Hill. So for this bit we need to walk along the main road until we get towards the plantation. An old building. That's where I've come from. And that's where I'm going. So this is about the halfway mark. Although I'm feeling it in my heel, my left heel at the moment. So hopefully I've got another 4 hours of walking left in me. See how far I can get. It's probably like a ligament or something. Did a 30-mile night hike last week, so potentially might be just left over from that. Maybe I should have stretched a bit better after I did my hike, but we'll see how we get on. It's a bit painful. I'll take some painkillers. I'll take some ibuprofen in a minute, see if that helps. Don't really like taking painkillers for the sake of it, and obviously don't want to damage my feet further, so let's see how I can get on the painkillers I've taken. So we're back in the familiar Castleman Trailway, similar to the trails we had off the main road, similar to the trails we walked on previously earlier today. Time is 3:30 and I'm about 9 miles in, 9.5 miles, coming up towards Ferndown. So hopefully I can get to Ringwood before the sun goes down. Obviously got a bit of a sore heel right now, and hopefully painkillers kick in. We'll see how I get on with that. It's lovely and peaceful. Nice connection between the Fox and Hounds to Ferndown, down along the trailway. Looks like another one of those railway structures. Plenty of ivy on it. The land's reclaimed it. So a quick Google search, and they are likely remnants of signal boxes, places where they would store equipment on the railway. So most likely signal boxes, which makes perfect sense. So hopefully that's the mystery solved of what the concrete structures are along the trailway. So the Castleman Trailway. That's where we come from 11 miles ago. That's where we're heading towards. Through the Cannon Hill Plantation. Cannon Hill Woodlands. So that's where we are right now. And I think the Castleman Trailway must be running along here towards Ringwood. Things we can look out for: foxes, rodents, woodpeckers, bird of prey, deer. Is that beetles and is that adders? So going either direction on the trails. We're still going that way. Just so peaceful. But every now and again I can hear some scurrying through the undergrowth. Yet to see anything. But it's just so peaceful. But there is, you can see on the trees, I'm not sure what they are, bat boxes maybe. There's one up there, one over there. Quite a few trees have got boxes on. Yet again over the A35. This is the road I was talking about earlier, links Poole to Southampton. So I just realised I'm holding my camera up, cars are slowing down. Thinking I've probably got a speed camera. I should have worn my high vis up here as well, that'd been great. Well, so I'm doing a video, I might as well advertise missing mouse. £6,000 reward. Welcome to the forest. Great place to experience the best places on local countryside. There we go. Cannon Hill. So this is Cannon Hill Forest. And obviously we're following the trailway. This familiar looking trailway. Familiar because it's a similar width we've experienced all the way here. It looks like a X-train track in the width of it, not rather than just a walking trail. Off we go then, continue on. Hardly 7.5 miles to go, or would be less than that. We've done 10 miles and 10.3 miles, and I thought about 16, so it's not too far off. I'm guessing some of the route was a little bit before I got onto the trailway, so from my home. So that's number 9 circular cycle route. So when I left my home, it's probably about a mile before I got onto the trailway, not even a mile. So probably a little bit more than the 16.5 miles. Still, look at that beautiful blue sky, lovely day. Couldn't have asked for a better day to do this. We've not had much rain for a while, a bit of rain the other day, so it's been dry everywhere, no mud, really dry trail, and it's been quite a flat trail actually. Saying that, probably the first bit of hill I've seen since I started. Not much of a hill. But this trail is suitable for cycles, children's bikes. You could probably get accessibility scooters along some of it as well. Some of it you can't because it's kind of a bit bumpy. But it's definitely a trail suitable for everyone. Pretty flat as well. So a bit about the Castleman Trailway then. So Castleman Trailway was the railway that connected Poole through Broadstone to Ringwood and then on to Southampton. It's disused and abandoned. Can't remember the exact year, maybe in the 60s. We'll look that up. And they removed all the trail, all the train tracks, and they just left the trail in place to make a nice cycle walking routes, which is what we're doing right now. And it's nice when you leave the infrastructure in place. There's a few, we've seen a few on the way, a couple of concrete, which we now believe are signal boxes. Maybe huts used by people running the railway, store their tools, etc. And there's no stations left. The Broadstone one has been removed. It's now the Junction Sports Centre. And I think there's an old disused junction in Ringwood or possibly Ringwood. But we'll find out if and when we get to it. So the good thing about this trail as well, it's really well signposted. You can't get lost. Maybe there's one or two places, a bit iffy, where I may have just taken the wrong turn briefly before I realised it's not quite right. But the arrows on every post point you in that direction, big sign saying how far you've been and how far you've got to go. And you know, it makes navigating the trail really easy. So anyone can walk along this. Don't need a map. Although I have referred to my Oz maps, there is a link to the route I've done in the description below, and I recommend subscribing to Oz Maps because it's a great online platform. If you've got physical maps, even better. I think you get a code and you can get the digital version of the maps as well, but I keep the digital version of the maps with me, and I find that works really well. I keep a power bank as well, just so that I can charge my phone if I need to. Solar arrays along here. Won't go any further, it's private. As far as the eye can see, solar panels. Perfect day for it. And again, another signpost here. Back to the visibility of the trail markings. You can't go far wrong. That way. Lovely colours of this gorse. Beautiful. I don't know if you know, but this gorse is actually edible. You can pick the fresh flowers and you can eat it. And some people say it tastes like pineapple. Me, tastes like peas, and it is part of the pea family officially. It used to be gathered back in the olden days for putting in salads. The leaves makes the salad look really colourful, and sometimes you can say it's got a bitter taste. To me, it tastes of peas, 100%. But a lot of people say it tastes of pineapple, so I'm not quite sure how or where. But all our taste buds differ. But yeah, definitely worth picking some of these, adding to your salads. Loads of them around. Obviously, when I say they taste of pea, go for the high ones, otherwise the ones at the bottom will actually taste of pea, and that's from passing dogs and horses or whatever. So high ones taste of peas, low ones taste of pea. Good rule. Trying to be quiet here, not scare the ducks. I can't make any much more noise. Well, that scared them off. So much for me being discreet. Where we started, Upton Country Park, all over Delfwood to Wimborne, Ferndown. That's where we are right now, going through the plantations, Ringwood Forest. I meant Moors Valley and into Ringwood. This map, so that's where we started coming in, along there, followed it around, back there. Okay, so next stop is West Moors. Going that way. Cricket club. Nice house over there. I love these nice country houses. Hatchard's Copse. How do for time? So it's almost 5 PM. You can see my watch. Done 13 miles almost. 5 PM. Averaging about 28 minutes per mile. Imagine that would be right down at 20 if I didn't stop to film. Almost 28,000 steps. So 30 miles, we're coming into West Moors now. West Moors. Loads and loads of lovely yellows, gorse. Another one of the concrete structures, which is probably a signal box. or some form of railway structure. Danger, MOD property, keep out. And that's a double fenced. Lots of barbed wire. Looking very ominous. So this is a bit of a slog. I'm starting to get tired now. I'm starting to feel it a little bit on the legs, the hips, and my heel still hurts. This is one long, straight, continuous trail. And I feel like I've been walking for ages, forever. And I looked at my map and I just done a small fraction of it. So heading towards Ashley Heath and then on to Ringwood. So I'm starting to feel it a bit now on my legs. I think the 30 miles I did last week is starting to come out on me a little bit now. So pace, I'm trying to keep my pace up a bit, but I'm slowing down a little tiny bit. Hopefully I'll get there before it gets too dark. If not, I'll find a place where I can exit off the trail to get picked up by the main road. Ashley Heath, almost 2 miles. Seems to be going on forever. Westmoors. Just keep going and going and going and going and going. Look at this, straight line there, all the way down there. Just goes on and on, especially when you're feeling tired. What time is it now? It's 5:30. Probably got about another hour maximum of daylight. Some horsies. Yes, I said horsies. So look at this. We're coming into Ashley Heath train platform. So bits of the old train track still remains. It's a nice surprise. How cool is that? The Ashley Heath halt. So we'll just see the pictures of what it used to look like here. It's interesting, so that's where we are right now. The Southampton and Dorset Railway, which is also known as the Castleman's Corkscrew, after its key sponsor and its winding route. It's interesting. It's nice that old infrastructure still exists. Just a reminder of the past. Brilliant. And now houses will stand where the train station used to be. Two and a half miles. So what's that, about another hour? Less. I'll pick the pace up even less. So that's encouraging. Moores Valley Country Park that way. Know that very well. Still 2¼ miles. So Moores Valley is a great place to go. Got nice trails. There's a treetop walk as well. You go up walking the treetops, which is really great. And there's the little model trail, the little railway takes you around. You can sit on the railway, ride around it, around the park, shows you all the sights. Nice big play area for kids as well. My kids love it there. So I recommend a visit to Moores Valley Country Park. So we're on the last leg now from Ashley Heath to Ringwood. About 2¼ miles to go. So I'm definitely feeling it in my feet. My little toes starting to hurt now as well. My left heel has been painful for the last 10 miles. But I've kind of forgotten about it now, but I can still feel it. And obviously I'm feeling it in the limbs a little bit. Lots of birds. Lovely. So going strong. It's now 6 foot. Just gone 6 p.m. Done 16½ miles. So pretty much almost there. Just try and get there before the sun goes down. Have a signal box there. Possibly, yeah. I'll let you know. I'll send you a pin when I get there. So the A35 again, we're now going under it. This is coming into Ringwood. Castleman Trailway, parking. Going this way. So we're almost at the destination of Ringwood. So we just crossed the A35 again. We've been crisscrossing that all the way here. So as you can tell, the Castleman Trailway and the main road probably linked somehow, both major routes. So going over this, whatever this structure is, the old train track maybe. Oh, look at this. That is the old train track. How amazing is that? We've got the old train track. It's pretty amazing. Castleman Trailway in the Avon Valley. Really hard to read this. It's amazing. doesn't have all the complete parts as you saw in the last section of the last bridge. Feeling it in the legs now. It's pretty amazing. We've still got some of the structures left. The old sleepers. Just want to show you this. How nice is that chair? Beautiful. So as I approach Ringwood town, which is in the distance, you can just see over there to my left, pretty close now. I want to thank you for staying with me on this video on my journey from Upton all along the winding Castleman Trailway, or the Castleman Corkscrew as we now know it used to be called, all the way to Ringwood. So I've done 18 miles so far, which is not bad, and it's coming up to 6:45 in the evening, so the sun's just going down. Well, the sun's gone down, it's just starting to get dark. And my journey ends here. So if you like the video, don't forget to like, that really helps, and subscribe, that also really helps, and tune into my next video coming soon. Okay, thank you for watching.